Hey, we back again. What up? Welcome back to MLF Films. I am your host for today, Scotty, the main, the God, the omnipotent, and we got my co-host Darren. Darren, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. The music cut off a little fast, but
Look, I look,
I'm good. You graded down a little bit, but
look,
we
man,
working on it. We working on it. I'm
we
doing all right.
here. All right, and as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. I know Mike will. That's what I'm talking about. So today we're gonna talk about The Bachelor season 27, episode 2, which I'm real excited about. I'm super excited about it. How you feeling about it?
Again, I watched it in on playback with the fellas over Best Damn Media Group. We can watch it live. It's a lot of fun, and yeah, man. Never watched The Bachelor before, but when I saw an episode or two before, but when we started watching it together, it's been a good time. So I'm certainly enjoying it. Let me mute my phone. I got my thing on. But yeah, no, I'm certainly enjoying it.
Man, I haven't been this excited in a long time or this satisfied in a long time from a reality TV dating show. Usually The Bachelor to me is boring. Like usually The Bachelor, I'm like, oh, it's 30 girls competing for this real rich guy. Who cares? But this season, first thing is this guy cannot act. You gotta know how to act to be on this show. He
You
can't
don't have
act.
that. It's supposed to be real
Yeah.
life. Real
He
life where you
oh,
trying to
oh,
find real love.
let me show you some real life. So basically, episode opens up where he splits the girls into two groups,
Yeah.
and so they can have group dates. So one person will get a group date rose. So the first group, he decides it's a good idea, or the producer decides it's a good idea to bring in Lotto. Those of you don't know who Lotto is a rapper. I believe she's from Miami. She's from Miami, right?
I've seen Lotto across social media like Twitter and all that, but I'm not really like sure who she is or how she blew up. I know she really got popular off of making like TikToks too. I think that's added
Mhm.
in, but also with her music and stuff like that.
And she has like the hit song "The Bad Bitch Energy," which is what this episode is all about. This episode is called "Bad Girl Energy" because they couldn't put "bitch" in the title. But you hear the words "bad bitch energy" all episode long,
Yeah, not on
every
ABC
2 minutes,
Family.
huh?
I said not on ABC Family. Gotta
Right.
keep it family friendly. Bachelor's for everybody to enjoy.
So the first date, right, for the first group is the group date where it's a dance competition. And
Yeah.
I was dying because none of these girls can dance. Even the dancer, like remember Kat's a girl from New York, and she is a dancer in New York. She
Yeah.
could not dance.
Yeah,
Who is
some of them were like, well, they were earlier on talking about like, oh, we got like, some girls were nervous because they're like, oh, we got professional dancers here and all that. And I don't say I saw professional. I mean, I ain't a professional dancer myself, so I ain't gonna judge nobody else. But I mean, some girls had a little vibe to them, some didn't. But I thought of the dates, that was a more fun one because they had
it
parts
was.
to it, and two, it's not just about how well you dance, but as much as like the guy you're after is on stage and you really get to show your personality. So some of them did very well. I would say most of them did very well with
Mhm.
like just keeping him engaged and entertained and just like, trying to be sexy. So, I mean, it worked. It's a pretty fun activity to do.
Right. My favorite thing about that activity was the fact that we got to see Zach loosen up.
Yeah.
Because even in the interview when he was dancing, he can't dance. But even when he was dancing, and everybody was asking him like, "Do you think you can dance?" He said, "Nope, but I'm having a good time." He he was having a really good time with everybody.
Yeah.
And so on after that date, then they go to that's when they bring in Lotto officially. Then they go into the catwalk. And when they go to the catwalk, they bring in the three villains of the Bachelor series. On the left, on the left, we got Tashwan. In the middle, we got Victoria F. I don't know her last name. They just always say F. And then on the end, we got Robertson. And on the right, Courtney Robinson is the only one out of the three that has won a season. So
Ah,
okay, she should be there. Fine. They're there to judge the girls, I guess, and they do a horrible job judging because it literally is. They're not judging them like their input means anything. They're just judging them like, oh, she trash.
Yeah,
You know
I
what
ain't
I
gonna
mean?
lie though. When they walk out, they do look like a super villain group.
Yeah.
Like they look like if it was a movie, they could be the villains of a movie. It's actually kind of funny.
Like this is Les Enfants Terribles, which is in French, the three terrible children. Awful. So, but anyway, so Tashwan on the left, which I like to highlight her, like she is terrible. Like I like her because when she comes in, you know it's finna to be some shit talk. Like you know she finna trash talk everybody. Like that's what I like about our people. Like we gonna find something wrong with everybody. If we want
Bro,
to roast you, we're gonna roast everything. Like
if I'll say if you are willing to come out in a tight pink latex dress, then you have to you have to be able to talk crazy. So
yo,
you knew it from there.
she came in ready after that catwalk, right? And then the third competition when they were still there was, and this is ridiculous. The third competition was titled "Tell Us About a Time When You Were a Bad Bitch." That's like the 14th time they has had bad bitches episode. And some of these
Yeah.
girls' stories were out of control. Like one girl was like, "Yeah, one time the pig escaped from the farm, went out there and got it." I was like, "What?" Now
Yeah,
some of them were actually kind of cool. Like Brianna has a beauty company. Brianna Thornhill was the one that won the rose initially in like the first appearance show.
yeah,
And she said that she basically came from nothing, was able to open up a beauty company, and it was really, really bad at first. She made it good. I said, okay, that's cool. You know, some girls were talking about like self-defense. They didn't show all of them, of course. They showed like the horrible ones and some of the good ones. So those
yeah.
are the two ones that highlight to me, like just the silly one and the one by the beauty company. Like I thought that was kind of cool. I didn't think
Mm,
she owned anything, so that's kind of cool.
yeah.
So after this competition is over, you know, Zach decides to give the rose, which I don't necessarily agree with, but I'm not on the show. He gave the group date rose for group one to Catherine. She is a nurse, and I believe she is from Tennessee,
Yeah.
but she is a nurse. She's really nice. She was one of the only girls that didn't look outwardly like nervous right away. So I
Mhm.
understood that. I understood him giving her rose kinda for that nervous part, but her performance was awful. Her performance was awful. Her story was awful. The catwalk was bad. You know, but I guess she didn't look nervous doing it, so I guess that's what he was looking at. I don't know. I haven't
Nah,
heard her talk. They do
I
a really
think
good editing job.
I think he judged it a little more on chemistry and stuff like that. I mean, when Catherine first popped into the show, we do our draft every week to try to see who makes it. So I would score everybody on like chemistry from the first episode, and I
Mhm.
thought him and her had some solid chemistry. Probably not the best. She wouldn't be like my favorite,
Right.
but I can see enough to get the rose because I think I did everybody out of 10. I put her like a 7, I believe.
Okay.
So, I mean, they definitely have some chemistry there. So you would think like who objectively who performs the best for us, and then we would be like, yeah, that's the winner. She's the best. Like obviously,
Right.
we're not interacting with the person. We're just
Right.
sitting at home, on the comfort of our couch, being able to look at it and like. But he's there dealing with them, so it could have been stuff that like happened before the camera popped on, where he started to have some chemistry with her, and then really connected during that time. So I think that weighed a little bit into it.
Yeah, the editing job on the show is definitely different. I'm not used to that, like in some dating shows. Usually they show a little bit more. This
Yeah,
is an hour and a half show without commercials, still an hour and a half. And they don't certain interactions, like when he picks people,
yeah.
like when he gives them the roses. I wish those people that he give the roses to, we saw more of an interaction with because I didn't this whole episode, I didn't see much with Catherine that like showed a spark or anything. So that's
Yeah,
why I was actually kind of confused.
we didn't see other than the time he got with Christina, which is later in the show.
Mhm.
Or yeah, Christina. This was just later in the show. We didn't really see him interact with anybody. We kind of saw them get their dates and then
Right,
like the dates. So hopefully we get a little more of that later. But
right,
I think as the girls whittle down a little bit, we'll get a little more of that because it's
right.
still what 22 girls trying to fit into a 2 hour span. Which even if you took out commercials, that's still not 10 minutes per girl. So
Yeah, and
you need probably
I gotta remember that Zach ain't Flavor Flav. He ain't got it like that.
Yeah, I
Flavor
mean,
Flav made time to show you everything with every
yeah,
girl.
with runtime, even you'll probably get to like 6 minutes a girl, but you still have to show, where they're going and all that stuff. So some people
Right.
just aren't getting their fair due yet, but
Right. They
part of the
not.
show.
They actually had the girl, and speaking of that, Gabby was crying like all episode. I didn't get my time. Everybody else got their time. I didn't get my time, and she got her time, but she just didn't do it right. Didn't get my time. Everybody's kissing him. I didn't get a chance to kiss him. It doesn't matter. You want that mono? You want it all? Like, come on now.
Yeah, you gotta, as we see it in the first, because yeah, I didn't like in the first episode that he kind of didn't split it out with minutes. I guess it was kind of just whoever came and got him, which
Yeah,
I
I didn't
guess
like that either.
is one way to do it, but that's like a bar type way to do it. Like, like
Right.
if I'm out drinking in a social environment, somebody just pulls me over, it's like fine, but it's like no, you should give everybody equal time. That way you can actually get a connection. And then then you had obviously the girl who was trying to take everybody else's time and got her own time
Hey,
twice. And I'm like,
yo,
okay. So
I kind of like that though. Now, speaking of the villains that we had before on the left, Tashwan decides, which is something like it's in Tashwan's characteristic. There's some backstory on her, right? She never makes it past round 2. She's been on 3 Bachelor seasons, has not made it past
dang,
round 2.
bro, she been on 3?
She's been on 3. The first season she was kicked off because she was on a season. I think when my grandmother was still living, she watched it, and I remember she got kicked off the very first episode. The second season that she was on, she got kicked off on the first episode again, and then the next time she was on, she quit in the second round. So
Bro,
basically, she was kicked off. Like, yo, she's all over the place. But
it's hard for you. It's hard to take. Like, okay, so the general premise of this is why I kind of find it comical. Is girls come on here and they be like, I'm trying to find love, I'm trying to find the one, and it's like, all right. I mean, y'all are all very attractive and shouldn't have no problem. It's almost a Transformers
right,
version of real life. Like, how do you have trouble finding a man? Like, there's
yeah,
just not from going on Instagram or Twitter for 2 hours. Ain't no way that's possible. But
mhm.
even if it was, let's say this is like they're actually trying to find love on here. If you're on The Bachelor for the third time, you are not serious about finding a man.
That's your job. That's your job now.
Yeah, you're serious about your career as a what media personality, but you
Right.
are not serious about finding a man.
And the thing is about this, right? She's not even really a media personality. That's the thing about me. Like she doesn't really. She's not big. Like some of the girls on here that have only been on here for 2 episodes are bigger than her, and she's been on 3 seasons. That shows you her personality on the show, which might be her in real life. She's just kind of mean, and it's not even like mean. It's like she wants what she wants. She goes after it, and she just knocks over everybody in a way, which is kind of how I am. But I don't knock you over like on camera. She's doing it on camera. So
Yeah.
So Tashwan decides to try to stay. And in that process, she comes across all the girls in the room. And I like the fact that she has no fear, right? She has no fear. She sits down in the room on the couch, like the big round couch around all the girls and
Yeah.
stuff. And she's like, hey, I came here to tell y'all I'm trying to stay because y'all ain't shit. That's what she says. Like, remember, she just said y'all ain't shit. And they didn't say anything, right? But Baltimore said, excuse me? What? Baltimore said, excuse me. So, and she was like, y'all ain't shit. Y'all didn't do well on the catwalk. I wasn't impressed. And I think and then those 2 girls I just showed you actually said, I think that's kind of rude. I don't understand. Like after Tashwan left, they went to confront her to tell her they think that was rude in a nice way. And she still sat there and was like, I don't care what y'all think. It's a competition. I'm gonna go get my man. I'm gonna go get him.
Yeah, like you're not in the competition.
Hey, look,
you got a guest spot.
But the initiative was on 10.
Oh,
like the initiative, come on, you gotta say the
yeah, I
initiative was
mean, I
on
give
10.
her credit. Like she stood 10 toes. I
Let me
mean,
get a little more shot of Baltimore. Yes, sir.
Yeah, which was real when she first came out, she was actually because like I've said, to get a black girl to win or a black guy to win the Bachelor Bachelorette it hasn't happened yet. So
Mm-mm.
chances slim to none. When she initially came out in the first episode, I was like, oh, like the way they had some chemistry, she was my favorite. And then
Mhm.
she tried to make him change a diaper, and I was like, okay, you're now at the bottom
Hey, look,
of the
man,
totem
look.
pole.
He gotta know how to do that. Don't do that. He gotta know how to do.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
sticking
that's
with
not
Baltimore all the way. See,
not for a first date. You ain't never been asked to do that. So
look,
hopefully, I
look.
think she's making her way back a little bit. I think she's kind of recovering from it. So maybe
I
she will be
wish
that black girl who actually has a chance to win. I think it's between her and I forget the other one's name.
Christina.
No, 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 no. I'm talking about the other black girl that I think he
Oh,
likes.
Brianna.
No, it's not Brianna. Brianna was the one in the first that got the first rose, right?
Yeah,
It's
okay.
not
So
her.
you're
I think
talking
it's
about
Charity.
Charity.
I think it's
Charity.
Charity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Charity. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think Charity's in the running that much anymore.
Nah, I
Unless, well,
mean,
the editing job, right? The editing job shows her in the background this whole episode. Like she didn't say
yeah,
much of anything.
because she got a lot in the first episode, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I see who he likes. So
So, so Tashwan goes to ask Zach, yo, can I stay, please? I wanna be a part of this competition. I like you a lot, blah, blah, blah. First of all, she don't even know
she
him.
don't know him.
Hasn't talked to him at all. And Zach, in the nicest way possible. One thing I can say about him is he does a good job of seeming like a nice guy. He's like, yeah, I'll think about it. I know he went back to that dressing room with his hype man. You know, the hype man that comes out like for 2 minutes every episode and he comes in like this. And it's like he comes out there like this, laser
Jesse
focused.
Palmer.
Yo, who?
Jesse Palmer. He
That's his
does
name?
college. Yeah, he does a college football analysis.
When he comes out there, he always do. All right, so and he'd be hyping Zach up. You ready? Everything is good. Like these girls talking about you. No, they
Yeah,
not. They talking to each other about girl stuff. Ain't nothing
yeah.
talking
'Cause I
about.
remember when he came on, I was like, Jesse Palmer's up here. He's a college football like personality.
Right.
He used to play like at Florida back in the day, so that's how I know him.
So then when she asked him, he said, "Oh, think about it." 5 minutes later, after saying he'll think about it, she gone. And I was so impressed by like the acting here because when he said she gone, that's when he leveled up his acting to a T. Like, yeah, I got it. He tried to sound as sad as possible that he had to let her go. I said, that's what I'm talking about. Let it down easy. And this is just an example of how bad her acting is because you can't do this every season. Every season she's on, this is a scene like this. But it's just an example of how she acts and also how the episode is actually framed, like around these words, bad bitch. Look at this.
Like bad bitches don't cry. Sometimes bad bitches cry. It's okay. Sometimes, God, it's fine.
What? No, what? Come on, man. We heard bad bitch about 40 times episode, and she was crying in the corner for no reason. Just because he said, I don't think you should be on the show. It was a reasonable explanation. You shouldn't be on the show because you're going to interfere with the rest of these like 25 girls or 24 girls talking to me.
Yeah,
So I thought that was cool. Now, then we go to the other half of the girls, and they're just basically having like a 3-minute date with him randomly. Each one goes 3 minute days. There's no like competition or anything. And so out of there, Christina gets the date rose, the single
yeah,
date rose. And I like Christina a lot.
yeah.
She's from Tennessee. I don't
I thought is she? Yeah, she might be. She might be. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I'm thinking somebody. I was like, somebody was from
Tennessee.
Texas. I think she is from Tennessee though.
No, Texas, I think is I know
There's a
you're
couple
talking
other of them, but yeah, you're right. She's from Tennessee.
I know you're talking about. I know you're talking about those. It's two of them, I think, from Texas. But yeah, so I like Christina a lot.
Yeah, me
So
too.
she won the date rose. They went to go. And I thought this was a really cool thing. Because everybody knows that I was in the fire department and I've been EMT and I have my EMT license for a while now.
No,
So
nobody knows that, but now they do.
when I say everybody, I mean everybody except for the people watching. Like let me finish my
Yeah,
sentence.
everybody not watching the show.
I was
Gets
getting there. I was
knows that. Everybody
I
on
was
your
getting,
nose.
I was getting there. But yeah.
Nobody.
She can't sing, Mike. She can't sing. But
Oh.
so when she met her family, his family, really nice house.
Yeah.
The family seems pretty nice. Some of the cousins seem funny, and she fit in really, really well, right?
Yeah, she did.
She fit in really, really well. Like that's the dream. So she was talking to everybody, having a good time. He has a firefighter family. I didn't know that about him. He has a firefighter family, but I could actually see some of the firefighter culture in that family.
Yeah, you see,
Namely,
as soon as they popped up, you knew.
well, I look, Mike, I stay away from Memphis. Come on, even when I went to Tennessee, Memphis right next to it. I said, nah, I'm all right. All right. So um they had a huge, it's why I noticed it's not even an important episode, but the firefighter culture and like the people that are in the fire department, it was a huge hacky sack like thing going on. I mean, like they were knee deep in it. If you watch the background of the show, they were getting it. There's probably money betting on that hacky sack thing.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
cornhole. They do play.
Cornhole. Why I
Usually
say
they
hacky
play a
sack?
lot of
Now I
cornhole.
sound crazy.
I knew you forgot the name, but yeah,
Yeah.
they play a lot of cornhole.
I only played it once, and it's really fun if you're playing it drunk with the right people. But they were really in the cornhole. The firefighter dad was like the epitome of a firefighter old dad. Like he don't want no problems. He don't have much to say. either he gonna be aggressive or he gonna be mellow. And he was mellow as hell the whole time. And she did a good job. So then they went on a helicopter ride. That I thought was really cool too. Helicopter ride. I'm not sure. Huh?
Yeah, no, yeah, that, to be honest, she as soon as she came on in the last episode, I knew she would be one of the finalists. I mean, she if I think about the girls on the, now, I don't know what type of guy Zach is yet. We're still getting to know him, so I don't exactly know what type of girl he likes. But you talk about a girl that can win one of these shows, because obviously she looks good. She has a lot of chemistry, a lot of natural chemistry. Like she just has that vibe to me. I mean, coming on a party bus, like you know what you're getting. You know, you got a going out person, big personality, and things like that. So I'm probably would say she's probably in my top 2 right now. I mean, I'll probably say she's my favorite right now. But yeah,
Why
I
you
knew
gotta take my favorite and put on your favorite? What's going on here?
I said that
You
last
didn't say-
episode.
I
I said
said
when
it,
Christina came up,
nah.
I rated her on my list when I did my rankings. I rated her at the top. So she was at the top of my list of people that had a chance to win. So yeah, she's been my favorite. So don't hear Cab. Y'all can watch last week and go see that truth again. And you're gonna see his head stuck just like that.
Man, look, I I voted this girl my number 1 before the show came out.
I never said she was my number 1. I said, going back to last week, she was one of my favorites because she had everything I just mentioned.
I just want to make sure we correct out here. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, but then they had a helicopter ride. It was a nice day. I don't know where they went. I know they went around the Hollywood sign, like in LA.
They took that Uber helicopter.
Yeah. Exactly. Yo, how much did that cost?
No, my boy Eric, he's my roommate in college. He's out in California now, and he's like, yeah, it's real. Like they're testing them out. They got to be in like a really nice area to do it. But I mean, it ain't gonna cost you no more than a car. Sorry, I'm trying to block the sunlight in the camera. But yeah, he's like, ain't gonna cost you more than a car. So yeah, why not try it out? But yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. So after they went on a helicopter, I know she has a child, and she was struggling telling him about the child. So when they sat down for the rest of the day, this is a real date.
Met the family. Does have a child. Look at her.
Huh?
So I bet she does have a child. Look at her.
Now we haven't seen the daughter or anything, but that's fine. I followed her on social media like a while ago for just a little bit. She just posts regular old college girl stuff. But so after the family and the helicopter ride, they just go to have a regular little dinner. And this is where it gets deep. And I say deep like this because it ain't really deep. But she was waiting to tell him that she had a child. And I'm surprised nobody snitched on her, like just to get a leg up on the competition to say she was lying. Which is what
that's kind of wrong though, to expose like a kid.
Nah, it is wrong. It is wrong. But
if this was Flavor of Love, most definitely.
That's what I'm saying. Flavor of Love, Pumpkin. Yo, Pumpkin would have been like, oh, she got a kid.
Yeah.
7 years old, born 1999. She right there. I got her. That like they would have been got her out of there. So I was waiting. I said, "Oh boy, they about to expose her," but no one did. I said, "Wow, y'all just missed a perfect opportunity to trash talk somebody. Y'all messed up. Y'all not Flavor of Love material. You gotta get them out of here." So when then she tells them, right, and she tells them, she's like, "I have a kid," and she says it really, really slow. It's the longest speech about "I have a kid" ever, and then he comes out here like this. Hold on. Oh, and then you remember when he got up? Hold on, said my tears showing? Damn, I can't even fake the tears. So he got up, right? And was faking the tears. He got up like this. He was like, oh man, oh shit. Like he had to get up and go, right? He said, I gotta go to the other room. He up and went to the other room. He said, I know. And I thought he was gonna say no, right? I thought he was saying this long crying speech to say, nah, you can't have a kid and be here. I'm not ready for responsibility. Nah, he had this long-winded speech. I know that you have a child. It's a big responsibility. Oh man, I don't know if I'm ready for it. And everything is, that's why I needed to. And he did all that moaning and crying and saying, I don't know, to crying more and saying, I want you to stay here. I said, boom, she ain't going nowhere. If you sprang the kid on him second date and he ain't going nowhere and did all that fake crying and stuff, he ain't take no acting classes. Let's just start there. He ain't take no acting classes at all. Not a single acting class.
Now
he could have sprayed something in his eye when he went to the bathroom. He got up and he tried to have the tears come down. It didn't work. I saw you, Zach. I saw you. There was nothing in there. You just wanted her there anyway.
What's the percent chance that he didn't know she had a kid before she got picked to come on the show? Let's be honest here.
I'm trying to be honest here because some of these girls, depending. Okay, so he probably knew. Because
he probably knows everyone. Okay, so for them to go on the show, they gotta do a background check and they'll know everybody's stuff. You can't just put some random crazy person on the show.
Right.
So he knew.
Right. But her especially, he probably knew because even though she's not a famous family, back then her family was famous. Like the Mandrell sisters were famous. That country, that was like not The Voice. It was like The Voice for country singers and pop singers back then. They basically, two women hosted The Voice back in the day, in the 80s, 70s, 80s. So that was famous. And where she is in Tennessee, they're probably still well known in Tennessee. I knew who they were just because my grandmother. But most people that I go across, if I walk into 100 people, they don't know who they are. They don't know who the Mandrell sisters are. So yeah. So I'm not, and Mike, that's a good point. I'm not sure if he knew. Yeah, the producers might have known. The producers are real loose lip, like on the Real World and the Challenge and stuff, but maybe these producers ain't. But
yeah, I mean, I just feel like a lot of this stuff be scripted. So maybe he didn't know. Maybe he didn't know.
And it probably is. I think it's scripted. I think the more you're on there, the more scripted it gets. I'm not sure if their first appearance is that scripted. I just don't know how it works. I know, like in the Real World and stuff, certain like drama is scripted, but not like the whole entire thing.
Yeah, so maybe they just show him a picture and they're like, yay or nay. He maybe knows what they look like and just have the same person. But yeah, okay, I can buy that.
Right. So, and he still let her stay. I said, cool. And then he eliminated, and everybody he eliminated this episode, I thought made sense. The last one I was kind of confused, like, whoa, wow, her, whoa. But now that it's winding down, I'm kind of liking this dating show because he's eliminating like 5 or 6 each time. I'm like, cool. Yeah, we got to play some music for Kat though, because Kat from New York. Come on now, remember Kat? She was a dancer from New York. That's the girl I said that was supposed to be a dancer, that was not a dancer. Yo, like the Arms and Angels song should have been playing when she left because she was so cool. She was nice. She was bubbly. They didn't have any chemistry though, and I thought that was weird that they didn't, because I was like, she really seemed like she liked him, and he just was like put off. I guess I don't know, because I don't know what kind of dancer she is, so maybe he knows. Maybe she's stripping. I wouldn't know that,
Oh,
But
shit.
or maybe she's a background dancer for Puff Daddy. I don't know.
Yeah, it's true.
Because we didn't. So, but he didn't like her at all. You could tell he didn't really like her that much. And because every time they had an interaction, it wasn't really even friendly. It looked like it was just, hey, you're here, just waiting for the next person to come, so I don't have to talk to you anymore. So
yeah.
I was confused by that.
Yeah, probably my last point of this episode was just the drama. That was my favorite part, was the drama with what's her Brianna at the end.
Yep.
Where,
Oh yeah. I
that where
was getting after this. Yeah.
she was. Well, that's my last point. But she was arguing with the other girl, and then she tried to like talk to Zach about it. And Zach, she was like, I forget which one she was arguing with. But he's like, oh, she just doesn't like me. It's just uncomfortable. Yada yada yada. And Zach over there like, oh, I gotta deal with this. I gotta look. I really over there like, look, it's really not my business. Like, if you want to tell me, I'm obligated to be here contractually, but in real life, I don't care.
Right.
That was the funniest part of the episode.
Right.
He just looking around like, yo, I gotta pick a rose. I'll be back. Like,
right. And the thing about I like is that I like it because Zach is awkward. He is that you can tell that part ain't acting. He's not a good actor. He's awkward. He's an awkward dude. He doesn't like confrontation, which I find weird from a Texas firefighter family being awkward. So that's one thing I really enjoy. That's why I keep bringing up the firefighter thing, because the firefighter culture don't seem like it's that ingrained in him. So he when she came over there, when Brianna came over there, the girl got the first rose, the first episode, like before even the first episode came out, like the live show. And she said she felt like their chemistry was slipping a little bit. And when she told him what Christina said, I usually try to be empathetic with people. That shit ain't matter. Christina was being me. Like, they were at the bar and Christina was like, oh, you got the first rose and you fine as hell. Damn, I hate you. But then they started having the conversation. Like, she said that, like, damn, god damn, fuck you. That's something I would have said. I'm like, man, I hate you, Darren. You got them blue eyes, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna cut them out.
Yeah, man, it's you put a bunch of attractive people in one house trying to compete over one person. Like I said last time, I was like, bro, I don't care how attractive you are. I don't care what kind of chemistry you have. Like, you could be great. Like, you put somebody in a house with like equal competition, pretty much equal across the board, I guess, depending on, what you like. Like, it's hard. So it's like you're going to be in there bumping heads, and it's going to come. And obviously we got 30 girls down to 22. Like, competition is getting steep. And I think now we're at what, like 16?
Yeah. And
we're
in the teams.
Yeah, it's like 16 or 18 or something like that. So yeah, competition is getting steep. So I expect more and more of that down the line. And it should be interesting, man. I'm trying to get my peeps out to see, all right, who's beefing, where's the competition coming, because it's coming. So it's just gonna be fun to see like who wins out.
And I don't even like watch the previews for the next episodes, because I like to be excited when something happens. I don't like to anticipate stuff, because I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be wired like all weekend, like, oh man, I gotta see this. And the next episode comes out on Monday, so I'm gonna be wired up for the next 2 days just waiting for it. So I actually can't wait, because I love the fact they're eliminating so many people at a time. So next episode they're probably just gonna have 10 or 11 when they start the get into like the semifinal stuff.
Yeah.
But
it's cool.
For this episode, that's it for this episode. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really well put together. I didn't really have any complaints, even when he only had like the short dates for group 2. Didn't have many complaints, because most of the girls in that group, it seemed like he didn't have chemistry with the first place. I like seeing the competition. I like seeing the regular date. I like seeing more of these people's personalities when they were in here. I even like seeing Tajwan come back and try to, bring life back into that career. I liked everything. The only thing I didn't like, why Lotto there? You didn't have to bring her in there, because I guarantee you, Zach doesn't know who Lotto is. Even the way he said it, I just want to get some bad bitch energy in here. Where's the bad bitch?
That's that politician. I'm a big fan of yours.
Yeah.
Like, hey, no. Yo, what did Joe Biden say? He said, I think, he said like, oh, Cardi B, my kids just called me Joey B or something
Silly. Then I'm like, yo,
like that.
Joe.
He like, you don't know who this person is.
No, he doesn't. Like, he may have heard a song. He probably said, turn it off.
Oh man, like his daughter listened to Cardi B.
His daughter might, though. Wait, how old is his daughter?
His daughter is like 40 something.
Oh, no, she's not
Or
listening to
like
Cardi B.
his
Yeah.
daughter's around the same ages like his sons. I think he's like 40 something as a
Okay,
B.
well, yeah, she not. If I say she in her 30s or 20s, maybe she's listened to her a couple times. But
Yeah, not that
yeah,
young.
like Zach ain't listening to her. Now, if you brought in somebody like Stevie Nicks or something, shout out to Stevie Nicks, the goddess of weird singing. That's her category of music, weird singing. It ain't country, like y'all keep saying. It ain't pop country, like y'all keep saying. It ain't pop. It's weird singing.
Category.
From the Bayou. It's called Bayou Songs, is what she sings.
Yeah,
he would know who that is. He don't know who Lotto is. I don't know who Lotto is. I know the one song she made, and that is it. And I know Diddy was trying to do what he had to do to get what he had to get.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, man. But yeah, nah, I'm with you. Another fun episode. Like I said, we do it on playback every week. Bring our wine and sit around and drink. And man, once we get down to the steep competition, we're gonna have to take a shot every time somebody cry. So
yeah. Now I will say this: there's not too many criers this season. It's surprisingly, it's been like it's only been 2 so far, but they've only cried like a little bit.
Yeah.
Very impressed by the non-criers. But yeah, that's pretty much my last. Any final thoughts on this episode?
Nah, that was it. I'm looking forward next week. Only got a couple days because we got late getting this one out, but we got to keep the series going. So only got a couple days, and be back at it Monday. Just join us on playback if you get the opportunity. Let me put the link up here. We'll throw it in the in our description down below. But yeah, it's playback at just Best Damn Media. So that's all you really gotta look for. But we're over there. Scotty hasn't been able to watch this live with us yet, but he'll try to get there. Just work schedule stuff. But man, that's all I got.
Man. Work schedule is crazy. All right, so that about wraps us up for this show. Sorry to keep you all so long, but I was super excited about this episode. Flyknit. If they want to talk to you about this episode, where can they find you?
Well, if you want to find me, just like in my name, we got the new name bar now, so you can do 2. But I'm either at Flyknit Johnson on Instagram and TikTok, or I'm at Twitter at City Boy Quentin. But let's say you talk to me, we've had our conversation, you agree with everything I say, and that I said Christina was my favorite first. Where can you find Scotty?
Well, you can always find me at IG on Scotty Get Down 1, or on TikTok at K Corona. Maybe we gotta talk about K Corona next week, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, we gotta talk about him because everybody been asking me on TikTok, like, who is K Corona? I'm like, I'm gonna show you K Corona. One of the greatest anime protagonists of our time. Our time meaning 90s babies. The rest of y'all younger than that, y'all don't count. You were born past 1995. Nah, y'all ain't see it probably. Don't matter. Don't count. And if you get tired of talking to Darian and hearing his lies about how Christina was his favorite first, and you get tired of talking to me because I'm telling the truth too much about her being my favorite first, you can talk to the both of us and go find a middle ground. Minor League Films, everything. I'm watching The Bar because I want to make sure I'm not lying right now. Yeah,
you missing one. It's also, it's not Minor League Films. It's minor. Well, it's MLF, F as in films, and then 1. It's not at Minor League Films.
That's what I said, sir.
And then don't forget our Gmail.
Oh, and if you want to email us, if y'all have an email, I know some of y'all don't have an email, but if you got one, send to minorleaguefilms@gmail.com. We have 2 emails so far. We're looking for more.
Yeah, let us know.
So we ready. And so what we got
anything coming up the next couple days? I know About Fate. We're gonna talk about that.
We got About Fate, our first rom-com. Pause. We're gonna talk about that.
You say pause, like
we got pause. Hey, look, man. Look,
here we go. We're not doing this again. We'll do this off air. Yeah, we got that, and I think we'll be probably back with The Bachelor right after that.
Mm-hmm.
And Open Field always on Thursdays.
So we'll probably do About Fate tomorrow. Oh, wow, today's Saturday.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that ends our show. We out. So I find this fun.
See, now you turn into me. Not the right one.
I found it.